What's up, guys? What's going on? It's Motivational Mondays. Lisa Labella checking in here today on this beautiful day. What's up, y'all? Checking in. I'm gonna talk real quick because I'm noticing that my space runs out really quick. I probably need to delete some of these pictures and stuff off of my phone. Being very stuck up and conceited. No, I'm just kidding. What's up, y'all? So I'm just leaving the meeting, headed back to work. And I just want to check in and make sure that I keep my commitment to you and tape these bootleg videos on my phone. But I just want to make sure I keep my commitment, you guys. Anyway, so we are doing I'm doing a series on anxiety and depression, and I want you to go back and look at my other videos and see just some of the information I provided on how I overcame anxiety and depression. Still have my moments of darkness, but of course I fight every day to maintain my peace and my my crispy thinking. That's what I call it. Clean thinking, pure mind, pure heart. So I talked about writing down some things and giving it over to God. Anxiety and depression certainly has some spiritual undertones to it, and you can only take care of spiritual issues with a spiritual source. We all have our different thinking process, and I'm actually driving you guys because I know that my day is busy today, and this is the only time I'm gonna have an opportunity to tape this video. But in order for you to overcome these things, like I said, for one, acknowledging that you have this issue. Two, making sure that you think about your thoughts. What are you thinking about that's causing for you to feel the way that you feel? Three, writing down those issues and getting a clear thinking process, clearing out your conscious of some things that you're wrestling with, some thoughts and your fears. Anxiety and depression, really the source of it is an abundance of fearful thoughts, some things that may have never happened and that you're afraid will happen in your life. Or it could have been some things that happened to you and you're afraid that it's going to happen again. Four, forgiveness. I want to put a footnote right there. It is raining. Oh my goodness. But I want to talk about forgiveness. Who is it that you have in your heart that you have not forgiven? Who has trespassed against you? Who has said things about you and have hurt you? I had a list of people that I had wrote down or had written down from my childhood of things that I was dealing with and struggling with in my own mind of some people that hurt me. And I got a list and I wrote down those things, and to clear my conscience, I had to forgive those people and let those things go. So we talked about that in my previous videos, and I want you guys to go ahead and make sure you subscribe so that when I post the new videos, you would have an alert and you would be made aware of my upcoming videos. So another thing too, one thing I want to highlight about forgiveness is so essential because it's not that it's an option per se, but the Bible talks about forgiveness being a requirement, and some of us have such a struggle, even myself, with forgiving people that have done things to you or even to me that I have shown kindness to and love, and people that may have used your kindness and your love in a form of manipulation, that have talked about you, that have bullied you in your childhood, made fun of you, made you feel like a spectacle, lied on you. I mean, all these sorts of things. But one thing you want to keep in mind is that you don't want anyone to interfere with your future blessings. And God speaks very candidly about forgiveness and why he gave his life on the cross for us. He gave his life so that we may live. So we have to keep in mind, forgiveness is just not something that, I hope you guys can hear me over this rain. Forgiveness is not something that you would do because you just want to, but you have to. And that is the only way that you can really alleviate a lot of those uneasy feelings and relieve your conscious thoughts, your conscious man of that turmoil that you feel for anxiety and depression. Why do you want to die? Why don't you want to live? What makes you want to just put an end to it all? Some of us take worry and concern about the things that are going on in this world that we can't change, and that's one thing that I started to acknowledge. I was trying to be Superman in everybody's life, and I was always concerned about trying to change everybody and everything but myself, and taking concern over things that I could not change. So worry is what I want to highlight today. Worrying is one of the key factors as to why so many people are sick in their bodies, having heart issues and strokes and heart attacks, and weight loss, weight gain, obesity, anorexia, bulimia. You will be shocked at a lot of mental disorders that come out of your own worry. And I want to highlight that today. So we talked about writing things down, thinking about our thoughts, clearing our conscience, forgiveness, eating healthy. I'm going to go over that in my next video. And I've already talked about health and wellness before. But today I want to highlight worry. Just constantly, what I would consider a worrying warrior. Somebody who's just worrying all the time and thinking about things all the time, and why did this happen, and articulating and observing and thinking about like I said, things that you can't change, when we're supposed to give that over to God. Instead of worshiping, we're worrying. Instead of having faith, we have fear. And these are just some of the things that the enemy or adversary combat us with on a daily basis, because he knows that through the mind is if he has your mind, he pretty much got you. If he can control your thoughts, he can control you. If he can control your thinking, he can control your actions. And that is why it's so essential that you guys do what I said in my previous videos, is to write down what you're thinking about, and being able to monitor your thoughts. Getting in control of your mind is what's going to combat that anxiety and depression. So you guys, I want you to remember this. Next time you find yourself worrying about something, begin to start clapping your hands. And I guarantee you that when you smile and use those muscles that are here in your face as opposed to the muscles here in your head, you'll feel so much better. It's almost impossible to worry when you're smiling. It's almost impossible to worry when you're worshiping. Almost impossible. You can't do both. Either you're going to be on one side or the other. And I'm having a self-talk because I find myself worrying too. We're in a world where we're consumed with concerns, our future, especially being a female, and I take care of myself, and I'm an entertainer, educator, and a motivator. I am really bombarded with thoughts of worry, because I take concern for my students, and I take concern for my family and my ministry and my mission in life. I just have so much responsibility, and I'm very thankful to God for that he entrusted me with so many different variables to life and so many responsibilities, and I wear so many hats, and I take concern for so many people. But that's just the love of God that's in me. But guys, I want to admonish you today, that moment when you feel like you are concerned and consumed with thoughts of worry and what's going to happen in this world, look unto the hills from which cometh your help, for our help comes from the Lord which made the heavens and earth. And we cannot add, like the Bible said, one tittle or one jot or tittle or something like that. It says about we can't add one cubit or one stature. I got to get back in my word. I'm a little distracted. I'm driving, but it says something about how we can't, we can't cause the sun to shine in the air. We can't stop the rain. All we can do is get an umbrella. And when that heat, is hitting the surface of this earth, all we can do is run for shelter or turn on our air conditioner. But we can't cause the sun not to shine. We can ask the Lord to, decrease the heat. But I'm just saying, all we can do is try to make some changes in a situation that we cannot necessarily change per se. Like if you're born a girl, you can't become a man. You are who you are, and God gives us the power to make certain changes. But the things that are set in stone, it's set in stone. We can't cause the sun to shine, and nor can we make the rain fall or make it stop. If a tornado hits this earth, all we can do is run for shelter. So basically what I'm saying is, those things that we cannot change per se, we just have to come up with a solution in that situation that we can't change. In other words, I don't want to confuse you. What I'm trying to say is, how do we deal with what's in front of us? If you've had a child, or you find out that you're pregnant, are you going to abort the child? Or are you going to have it and take care of the responsibility of it? You can't change what the truth of a matter. some things that you can work around that situation and try to figure out a solution for the thing that you can't change. But worrying about it would never ever change a situation. So guys, I'm sorry I sound like I'm rambling off, and I know I don't want to confuse anybody. I'm trying to tape this while I'm driving, but basically I'm sure you get my point. So I want you to go home, go and watch my videos, please. I'm stuttering. Subscribe to my page, you guys. Go to Lisa Labella, look me up, you guys. I have some very good videos talking about dehydration and doing this 3 or 4 part series so far about anxiety and depression and my struggle with that, and how it almost took me out of here because it was just consuming my mind and it started to affect my health. So don't worry. My message for today is don't worry. Get that list, get those thoughts together, go in that corner, turn off that Facebook and that social media, that Instagram, and you get in that corner and you talk to God and you begin to ask him, what is it that you want me to do? How can I overcome this worry? Write down those thoughts and the things that are consuming your mind, that's making you stressed and feeling out of control. Get back in control of your mind. Think about your thoughts. Get those back situated. Get back organized, so that you can execute and move forward in your life. That worrying and that concern and that anxiety and that depression is holding you up in your life, and it's keeping you from fulfilling your mission because you're thinking about things from the past and you're worrying about things that you can't change, that